Shoot. Oh well, everybody missed that part. So I think they had over 100 Success Club points. So that may seem extreme for some of us. I mean, we could do it. We could do it, right, guys? But so take, what they say kind of with a grain of salt, but they have a lot of really great suggestions that I think will help us really promote our own team cups. Okay, so I posted that video on our team page earlier today, so scroll through the news feed, find it. If you don't find it, it's also going to be located in the FAQs in the team cup information. Okay. Okay, so new releases are, and if you were at Summit, which Jessica's on here, and she already knows all the releases, but I also was trying to update you guys as they were saying them. So new things that we have coming up are the Fix It Cookbook Show, which is going to be provided for anybody who has the Beachbody On Demand. And with all challenge packs, you get a 30-day free trial. So no matter what challenge pack you get a free trial. And then the Core de Force, which is a program that's going to release in November that has Joel and Jericho, and it's mainly like mixed martial arts, and it's a focus on the core area. So they have a lot of workouts that's going to be focusing on the core area. But some of the older coaches may be familiar with combat, and it's kind of similar to Les Mills Combat. They were actually, I don't know if they were the trainers in that one or not. I think they were just in Pump. But they're going to be doing that, and they're going to offer a sneak peek to us in October, and then the program releases in November. Okay.
To me, it looks a little more authentic as far as MMA style, where Les Mills Pump or Combat, that was the first program I bought, and I did a few of the workouts and just kind of thought it was okay.
Well, it's all what you like. There's some coaches on here that love combat, so.
But I'm just saying, I think this one looks really good.
Yeah, and the coaches at Coach Summit that did the super workout got to do that workout. Is that right, Jessica? Did you guys get to do the Core de Force with the super workout?
Yes, we did. It was good. I really liked it. They did a lot of like squats and lunges as far as their warm-up, which was really awesome. But then they started getting into the combat part of it, and I really liked it. It was a good combination, a good full body workout.
Nice.
I know all of you girls that did it, I think we have a message feed going with our summit, and we're like still going with it.
Which is great.
But all the girls that had done it that morning said that it was awesome. Everybody wanted to get it. Chris and I ended up leaving early for obvious reasons that I'm very pregnant. But so we didn't get to do it. Okay, so Core de Force is to release on November. And then just something kind of fun I haven't mentioned a lot about, but Beachbody is going to have a reality show that will be on the Beachbody On Demand called The 20s. And they're trying to find a new, what do they call those trainers? A new super trainer.
Somebody that's in their 20s and, everybody's competing. So it's kind of like a take on the real world type, atmosphere and setup, but, there are going to be some surprises, and Tony Horton's going to be on there. Dan Cortez is MTV alum, and he's going to be hosting it. So it looks pretty, they did a good job. It's not too super corny. So
it's just something fun. Yeah. I haven't said a lot about it, but it is going to eventually be released on TV, which gives us credit as with Beachbody. Isn't that right? Didn't they say eventually be released on TV? I heard that. So I think eventually it's going to be released on TV. Okay, and then they're also going to be having a 3-week yoga retreat. It's only going to be on Beachbody On Demand. It is kind of centered towards, it seems like, maybe beginners, because they were really talking about people that have always wanted to do yoga or go to yoga class, but they were always very hesitant or scared because they were afraid it may be a little more advanced or that they would look silly. So this is something people can do as far as yoga at home, and it's really good for people that are also beginners. And it's 3 weeks. It's on your on-demand. So the cool thing that Carl had mentioned is that, if you have the 30-day free trial, you can do the 3-week yoga retreat for free. Like, you're going to have it the entire time you have that 30-day trial. And I think it's 30 minutes.
Except on the weekends, I think you get a 10-minute session, a 20-minute session on Saturday, and a 10-minute session on Sunday. So, it's something you can squeeze in there with your other workouts.
And I think that starts this month sometime. I'm believing they said August. So
September.
Is it September? Okay. September. It's coming very soon. Okay, and then I have already listed the promotions on the team page like several times. But if you go to the FAQ and your Coach Online office and you look up August promotions, you're going to see them there too. But they are on the team page. I actually just posted something today that looked like a cover page that had all the promotions on there. There's so many, guys, and they're all in the $140 category, every single popular Beachbody program. Now, there are a few, like if you get the club membership, then the club membership is 90 days of Beachbody On Demand. They also give you the portion control fix. So they give you the containers and the nutritional guide, okay? You don't get the fix workout DVDs, but just the containers and the guidebook. And that's $140. And then the extra that you get with 22-minute hardcore is the containers and the sandbag. So those programs didn't go any cheaper, but they're giving you additional things with them, okay? So pretty much every popular program you can think of is on Beachbody On Demand. The Hammer and Chisel is a very popular one. The challenge pack is still $180, but they've now released Hammer and Chisel to fully be on demand. So say you have somebody that maybe doesn't want to spend that $180, but they want to tone up and they want to try Hammer and Chisel, you can always offer them the club membership and they'll be able to try a ton of workouts. Plus they'll have the whole entire Hammer and Chisel program on there for the 90 days that they have that, okay? So the on-demand 90-day challenge pack is called the Club Membership Challenge Pack, okay? So all of those promotions are on the team page or in the Coach FAQs. And then August 8th, they're going to start giving $1,000 away a day for each family that does the Country Heat workout and post it to their Facebook page. I don't have details on it yet. I'm sure you're going to have to hashtag something. But, I always tell coaches, like, don't think that you can't win this because I won. Reese and I did a little video. It was like 15 seconds, and I won $250, and I got the entire performance line. I was the winner of the day. So I'm proof to say anybody can win these things. So make sure that you're doing them, okay? If you want to win $1,000, that is. And then the last thing as far as releases that I wanted to go over is the health bet, okay? I had just looked up the FAQ on this because I had heard it at Coach Summit, but I wasn't totally clear on it. So there is an FAQ on it. It's FAQ 4477. So if you guys go to Coach FAQs, you can either type in a search word or you can type in the code, and the code is 4477. The health bet's going to be really cool because basically what Beachbody is doing is they are donating $1 million. They're putting $1 million in the pot, and they're going to be giving up to $3 million to split amongst everybody that is in a challenge group on the challenge app. So I was talking to another coach. I solely do Facebook. I've done the challenge app because I've had a few people that don't have Facebook. But I think what I'm going to do, because it's actually Kristen Gagnon, her and I were talking, and she's going to still run her group on Facebook, but she's also going to have her challengers that want to participate into the health bet and be entered into this pot to be doing using the challenge app too. And it's also a really great way to track your own accountability, because how you're entered into win is for 4 weeks in the week of September, and it's from September 5th to October 2nd. You have to do 5 Shakeology posts. So 5 days you have to do a Shakeology post each day with a picture, and then you have to log 3 workouts. And that is, if you do that for those 4 weeks, then you are in that pot and you will be part of the money that's split up. So they're offering $1 million. They're already laid out $1 million. So for each challenge pack that's sold this month, they're going to donate $5 more. So they're going to donate all the way up to $3 million, and then they're going to split that pot. Yes, coaches are allowed to win. Yeah. So it's amongst everybody that's in that challenge group, which is pretty cool because I was looking, if it ended up being $3 million and say 30,000 people did a challenge group, that's $100 a person.
It's free money. I mean, it's like,
Yeah, and you have to be using the challenge app. You got to think how many people are not using the challenge app. The challenge tracker app is up. It's super easy too, and you can set your post. Yes, the challenge tracker is awesome. The only reason I'm not doing my group from there is because I use my assistant, and she's 17 years old, and I don't have her. It's just too much going on. But I had actually done a team call on the challenge tracker, and for anybody that wants to run a group from the challenge tracker app, and if you have a small group too, it's an awesome place. Our group right now has about 115 people in it, so I've kept it pretty much at Facebook just to manage it there and not try to do both. But yes, the challenge tracker app is awesome. It's easy to use. There is a website. You can schedule posts into it, so don't be scared of it. If you're a coach that's leading your group or thinking about leading your own group, it's very easy to use, okay? So when I do my challenge group in September, what I'm going to do is I'm going to also let everybody know about the health bet and see who all wants to do the challenge app too. And the challenge app, I'm not going to post anything. I'm not going to schedule any posts. Those are also going to be on Facebook, but I'm just going to have them use it for their accountability, and that'll also enter them into the pot to win the health bet. Okay. Do you guys have any questions about that? It's FAQ 4477 because I had to listen to it at Summit, come home. I talked about it with another coach, got online, looked at the FAQs, read it a couple times, listened to Carl's call on the National Wake Up Call today. He talked about it to really, be clear on how this all works. Okay, and speaking of Carl's call, if you guys are not listening to the National Wake Up Call, you're missing the boat. So
and we're not just saying that. I mean, you're truly missing the boat. It's pretty much the pulse of the company, and of the 4 vital behaviors, PD is one of them, and that's the one that you should be doing first and foremost. 30 minutes a week.
If you're not doing any PD, this is like the number one. And so I've talked to coaches that have been coaching for a while that still have not listened to the National Wake Up Call. And it really kind of stinks because they offer such great advice and information, and they tell their story and they tell their struggles, and then they go through and they offer you advice on, whatever their topic may be. Their topic may be inviting. Their topic may be what to post. Their topic may be about Instagram. So if you're actively wanting to coach, then this is something you really, really, really need to be listening to. And it's really simple, guys. If you have a phone, then you can download the podcast app. If you have an iPhone, the podcast app is already on there. I talked to a coach today. She didn't even realize she had podcast app on her phone until I pointed it out. And you go to the Team Beachbody Coach, and they're all on there. So even if you missed the last year, they're all recorded. And trust me, I didn't listen to them at first, but then I started listening to one, and then I was hooked. And I listened to the whole year before I became a coach because they were that good. And you can listen to them in your car. I often, when I tell coaches, when somebody says, well, I don't really have time, I'm really busy. Okay, that was my excuse too. And here I said excuse, because it was totally an excuse. I needed to just find the time. So I found time in my car, and I find time when I'm working out. We all do these workouts like 1,000 times a day. Unless you're just starting country heat, then you may want to focus on that. But if I'm doing 21 Day Fix Extreme, or I'm doing Hammer and Chisel, or what other Insanity Max 30, I know those moves almost by heart. Like, I don't have to sit and listen to them scream at me. I put on something that's going to help me learn, or I put on the National Wake Up Call, which is definitely something I feel like helps me learn a lot. So make sure you're listening to those. If you're unsure where to go, let me know. But like I said, I post every Sunday night, usually the call-in number. I can never call in. I always have to listen to the recording. If you don't have podcasts, can't figure it out, there's a playback number. You can call the playback number and it plays on your phone. And then, again, my all-time favorites podcast, because I can stop it, I can fast forward it, I can listen to it when or wherever I want. Okay. But on Carl's call today, it was really good. He gave great advice how to keep conversations going and how to continue asking questions.
That's really good.
Yeah. I would like to sit and take notes, because he was driving and I was kind of playing on my phone at the same time. But I did get to take some notes. And one thing that he also said is say if you do have somebody that, like, you have talked about it and they still say no, then he says, ask them, hey, I know right now may not be the best time for you or whatever. And, do you have anybody else that you feel like would want to do this group? Like, don't be scared to ask them for a referral. So I thought that was really good advice, is anytime you get a no, then say, hey, I know that right now you don't want to do it or you're not interested in it, but do you feel like you have anybody else that you think might want to do this type of group and that may be struggling right now? So I thought that was really good. And then the last thing I want to talk to you all about tonight was Summit. We have two coaches that are not on this call right now because they actually did live videos to talk about their Summit experiences. So if you guys follow, or if you don't, I think their live feed today is actually public. So Kristen Gagnon is doing a video. I seen it pop on about 8:30, 8:45, and so is Kelly Branson. And I actually did a video on Saturday. I think that was really brief. But it just kind of talks about our experiences at Summit and what it's really about. And I see a lot of new coaches that are wanting to go. And I think that's awesome and great. I'm really, really excited. All of us coaches that went have already bought our tickets, and we're going again next year. But it just kind of brings a connection of what we do as coaches. And it connects you not with just our team, but with other teams too, or our upline teams. And then, for example, a lot of us that went to this Coach Summit, I had not met over half of my coaches that went to this face-to-face. This is the first time that we were meeting. A lot of coaches were staying with people they've never met before. And everybody was kind of nervous at first. And then we got there, and it was like we've known each other for years because we do these calls. We kind of push and encourage each other when we talk on Facebook, or we post on and comment on each other's stuff. And so during this event, we were actually, able to really connect and put more of a face and more of an emotional side to it by just being at Summit together and experiencing it all together. So I do highly suggest going to Summit. It is awesome.
It's a game changer, really.
It is a game changer. And, one of the coaches, she actually had been kind of struggling with building her team and figuring that whole part out. And she messaged me earlier this morning and said, I know that Coach Summit's supposed to really kind of light a fire under you or get you motivated, but I didn't realize it was going to do this for me. And I feel like, I asked somebody about coaching, and I feel like I've been doing this for years. And she signed up 2 coaches today. So it's really cool to see how it kind of changes you as a coach. And it helps you learn, it helps you grow. And if you ever listen to National Wake Up Calls, you'll hear most of the coaches say that Summit was their aha moment. And it really is, because when you're doing this by yourself and you're inviting people to groups or you're checking in with the team page, you kind of feel isolated or by yourself. But when you go to the events, even if it's just Super Sunday or Super Saturday, which is coming up this weekend, you really realize that it's so much more than that. And there's such a bigger connection. And there's such an emotional side to it because so many of these coaches have had struggles. And it's not just about their business. It's about their own health and fitness transformation. For some of them, maybe even the business side was never appealing to them, but it was the community of it. And then they go to Coach Summit and then they really fully get it. And then the business side of them is more intriguing because they realize what the community is like, what people are actually doing for not just building a business, but like becoming encouragers and motivators and really helping each other. So that's my take on Coach Summit. Jessica, you got anything you want to add?
Let's see. Definitely take advantage of all of the groups and the webinars that Danielle and Chris are putting on. And if you have need any advice, feel free to reach out to me. But take advantage of the webinars. That was one thing that they stressed at Summit. Really take advantage of that. Is that me?
I don't know.
Computer's going crazy. I was like, what is happening? Sorry. But also, sorry about that, you guys. Also to really take a look at your Facebook. This is something my team and I were talking about today is really take a look at your Facebook and reevaluate it and make sure that you're posting each day about yourself and the things that you're doing for your health and fitness journey. And really a lot of the stuff that we learned at Summit were things that we were able to say, gosh, it's really amazing that Brooke and Danielle and Jason have gone over this and given us all of these tools, and that Summit was also just such a powerful, motivating experience. So I want you all to know that all of the training that you're getting, you're getting top training from our. We're very lucky, and to really know that and be sure of that, because each one of us at Summit really were like, man, we've heard this before. But there were also, but there were also, it's different also being there with so many coaches that you have not met before. And we really built a lot of strong relationships within our team and with other people. I met somebody new, and immediately we decided we were going to be success partners. So I encourage you to team up with somebody and start to build your team. Really utilize our team in that way, is to have a partner, and don't be scared to ask for what you need or ask for any way that you can. Be posting and be doing PD. Like, it's so important. It really changed my life. And that is a lot of what Summit is about, is really doing your personal development, even if it's 10 minutes a day, listening to it. I agree with you on the national wake up calls, because those, every time I listen to them, I'm like, I have so many good ideas. So I want you to keep that in mind, that you're going to notice that you have a whole bunch of ideas just from listening to those national wake-up calls. So even if it is in your car, then let it be in your car, whatever gets it done. But we're super lucky to be on the team that we're on. And I'm definitely open if anybody needs any help, especially with the new baby coming. Just reach out to me. I'm glad to help.
And the thing that Jessica mentioned about success partners, the cool thing is that Team Cup is also going to be your opportunity to form closer bonds and relationships with the coaches on the team, and really see who you connect with. You may connect with somebody on your Team Cup and decide to be success partners. So what's a success partner, you may be wondering? A success partner is basically pairing up with one other coach or two other. I have 2 Success Club partners, actually. As my business grew and advanced, I ended up adding on an additional success partner where our goals were more the same. And, it's really finding that person that your vision is similar to. Okay, so finding that person, yes, exactly. Team Cup is totally like having 4 success partners. And, that's the whole point of doing a message feed or a group feed, is to really communicate with each other and offer advice and tips and help each other and lift each other up and talk about what your mission is going to be for this month and what kind of goals you want to hit. Even in our summit newsfeed, like the coaches are like, my goal for this month is 20 successful points, or my goal for this month is to add this many people to my team. Like, we are still feeding off each other. I don't think I'm going to even end that summit feed. We're just going to keep it going.
Till next year.
Yes. So it's just good energy. And that's why I said, don't use your message feed to complain. Do ask for advice if you're struggling, but don't use it as a place to go and say, oh my God, I got like 5 people tell me no today. I'm so irritated. I just want to go to bed. Like, don't do that, because we don't want, nobody likes to hear negativity. We want to, if you are struggling, to say, I have 5 no's today, but I'm going to ask 5 more people tomorrow. And I just want to keep moving forward. Do you guys have any advice? This is my biggest struggle with my no's. Ask for advice, but don't go there to complain. Okay. And then I also want to mention on the Coach Summit, go for 100 no's. That's right. Go for as many no's. More no's you get, the better it is. So when I have somebody say, you know what, I talked to this many people, to 10 people, and 6 of them or 8 of them or 9 of them or whatever told me no, you're not talking to enough people. Like, you want to go for no. If I get way more no's than I get yeses, especially at the beginning of my journey as a coach. I had not just no's, but just people that blatantly didn't respond to me. And then a year later, they sent me a message. Hey, Danielle, I wanted some information about your challenge group. And I'm like, oh, didn't I send her an invite back in 2014? Trust me, it happens. But I also want to let you guys know that the workshops were recorded. We did miss Saturday's workshops because we ended up coming home early again because we were in fear of pushing our luck with the baby. So we will be watching the recordings, but I will post those on the team page as soon as they're up on the Coach Align office. And I did post Gary Vanderchuck's recording from General Session this morning on the team page. He is really a motivating guy. He's very into social media and a social media guru. So I suggest listening to that. It's only 30 minutes. Great listen in the car or while you're working out. Do you guys have any questions?
I just really wanted to say one more thing. This was something that came up, and I think a lot of people may be nervous to share. I know we have less than a minute, but I just want to encourage you all to share your struggles. If you feel like you're failing, then post it.
Yeah.
Post it and tell what you're going to do about it. And I just encourage you all to do that. Like, of course, we don't need to be perfect. I'm not perfect, and you can look at my post from, I think, just maybe Sunday, maybe Saturday. But I encourage you to look at it because I shared my struggles, and I encourage you all to do that.
And they said that at Summit too. They said, you know what, if you're failing, talk about it. And put a twist on it. Don't just say I'm failing. Woe is me. I'm failing, but this is what I plan to do to keep going.
Fail forward.
Yes, that's what people want to hear. They want to hear your struggle, but how are you going to motivate them from your struggle? You're going to tell them, this is how I'm going to push forward. This is how I'm going to get past it. Just like we do in our challenge groups. When a challenger says,